In this Sydney food vlog, we're taking you on the ultimate Auburn food tour. Halal Snack Packs, or HSPs, are an iconic Islamic Aussie fast food. So it's a doner kebab, either lamb or beef, just overlaid chips. So it's just the perfect comfort food and a staple of Auburn. We've got this from Auburn Kebab House and it was $20. So it's a pretty decent serving. Very generous amount of kebab here. They're very thinly sliced meat, and I've got it with garlic and chili sauce. It's very appetizing. Oh, yum. I can see this as being perfect if you've had a big night out and you had the munchies. You just come here and get stuck into a snack pack. Yum, this is so good. You got the chips there as well. So if you're after the ultimate comfort food in Auburn, don't go past the Halal Snack Pack.
For the best falafel rolls in Sydney, come to Jamal's Falafel and BJ's Burgers in Auburn. This is just off the main road. It's a local family business that's been in operation since 1996. So the owner's dad has made falafel rolls for 60 years and has honed it into a fine craft. It's got beautiful, freshly cooked falafels in there. It's got tahini, a range of salads and pickles, and it looks absolutely delicious. So it's $9. They've cut it in half for us, and it's nice and warm and very fresh. Falafels are a popular Middle Eastern vegetarian dish. They're chickpea based and they're rolled into little balls and deep fried. For this falafel roll, they've mashed the falafels a little bit so that the tahini and the sauces soak in, which keeps it really nice and moist. And we've got the salads in there, we've got pickles, which give it a salty, sour taste. It's got some spices, and then it's wrapped into a pita bread. So the salads give it a bit of crunch, the falafels are nice and moistened and tender with a bit of crispy outer shell. It's really hearty, really delicious, and a must-try food in Auburn.
New Star Kebab Restaurant is a fast food Turkish restaurant that has a whole range of different really yummy food that you can try. So they've got pizza, they've got pide, they've also got shish and kebabs, and we've gone with their Gozleme. So this is the ispanakli Gozleme, so that's a spinach Gozleme. You can also get mixed Gozleme as well. This looks really good. This was $13. It's a very generous serving size, and you get some lemon, which I'm just going to drizzle over at all. You get some veggies in there as well, some tomato, parsley, onion. They also come out with hummus. I think that could be a garlic sauce, and then also some chili. So yeah, this looks really yummy. And I also like with the restaurant that there's indoor dining as well as outdoor dining as well. So it's really quite nice outdoors here. Okay, so I'm just going to open up some of the Gozleme just to show you what's in there. So you can see the spinach, and it's quite cheesy as well. And then it's got the outer layer of the pastry, I guess you'd say. I really love Gozleme. I really like the thin, slightly oily flatbread. I love the saltiness of that cheese. I love that you can mix it with all these different dips, and it goes really well with the lemon too. So I'm going to try some of the dips. I'm pretty sure this is a garlic dip. Yeah. Oh, it goes so well with garlic as well. And I believe this is hummus. Yep. Oh, this is such a simple but really tasty dish. You just keep wanting to go back for more. Aladin's Fresh Fruit Juice is an institution in Auburn, so they have a whole range of really nice fresh fruit juices. They've even got pomegranate juice. We've gone for one of their Faloodas, which is this drink here. So you can get two types of Faloodas. There's the special Falooda, which is with ice cream, or the Kulfi Falooda, which has Kulfi, which is like an Indian Pakistani type ice cream. This is the only place where you can get it. So this is a Aladin fresh fruit juice special. This looks amazing. In the bottom, you've got a range of noodles in there, and that should be rose syrup, the pink syrup. And then I believe that's milk or a sweet milk. I'm not quite sure. I'm going to find out very shortly. And we've got pistachios over the top, and of course the Kulfi. This looks very decadent, and I'm very excited. Falooda is one of my favorite all-time drinks. We've also had Falooda recently in our Sri Lanka food tour video. So if you're interested in that, make sure you check that one out as well. Yeah, oh, that is just so refreshing on a hot day like today. Oh, chef's kiss. It's really interesting with the noodles, so it gives quite a thick texture to the drink. You're sucking in noodles a lot of the time, which is a good thing because it makes the drink last longer. This is really nice, really sweet. I'll try some of this Kulfi as well. It's quite sweet, and I think there's a touch of cardamom in here as well. I'm not quite sure, but in any case, it's really yummy. So if you're looking for some light refreshments, make sure you come to Aladin's fresh fruit juice.
Tarim Uyghur restaurant is one of the best restaurants in Auburn. And if you're not familiar with Uyghur cuisine, the Uyghur ethnic group is situated mainly in Central and East Asia. And they've got some beautiful dishes, including the Kuruh Lagman. So this dish is hand-pulled noodles that are then dry fried with meat and vegetables like tomatoes, capsicum and shallots. And I can see some sesame seeds in here. This looks absolutely delicious, and it was $22. I've never had this dish before. I love noodles. So those noodles are really springy and chewy. And then you've got a little hint of chili and Szechuan pepper. So the meat is a mixture of lamb and beef, and it's really tender and flavorful. So I can understand why this is their most popular dish.
Salam Mandi is an Arabian and East African cuisine restaurant. I'm really excited about this. I've never really had African cuisine. To begin with, we've had some lamb soup come out. That's nice and unexpected. I'm just going to try a little bit. Oh, that's really nice. So you can really taste that lamb, quite salty as well, and a really good starter. So this is the Siga combo. So it's a popular Ethiopian dish, and you use your hands. So this is going to be really interesting and a bit novel for me. You use the bread. This is called injera bread. So it's quite spongy and soft. I'll show you some of that. Oh, I like the texture of it already. And so what you do, yeah, you just grab off a bit and then start getting into the food. We've got various lentil curries here, and then we've got a lamb curry. To begin with, I really like the presentation. It's just really colourful, very appetising. Now, I'm not sure what this dip is. I'll try a little bit of this dip first. Okay, I think that's a chili dip, and there's a bit of heat to that. Now, let's go straight for the curry. So I'm going to grab some of the lamb. Oh, that's really nice. Yeah, so there are some mild spices in there. The lamb's quite tender to eat as well. I just really like using your hands. It's really fun. I find that the lentil curries are quite similar to an Indian style curry, so it's like a dal in a way. They're really nice spices, not too much heat, just a lot of flavour. The Siga combo is all of this, plus the lamb soup, and that was $23. Now, you can also get a range of Somalian food as well as Arabian food. It's a really interesting and quite a novel restaurant to what you would normally get in Sydney. So if you're looking for the best African food in Sydney, make sure you come to Salam Mandi.
In our quest to find the best banh mi in Sydney, we've come to XCel Roll in Auburn. So this is a local institution. It's been around for 17 years and they make their bread fresh daily. So they've got a variety of different banh mi's. We got the roast pork, which is $10.50. Oh, that pork is super crispy. And I'm really impressed with the generous serving size they gave of the meat because there's a lot of pork in here. It's got some nice taste of chili, it's got some coriander in there, fresh vegetables, and you can choose between a crunchy roll or a soft roll. So what I find interesting about this Sydney banh mi store is that it's quite a bit out of the main part of Auburn. It's in an industrial area. I guess it's a good stopover if you're going down Parramatta Road, but it is still packed in the middle of the day. So I think it's a really good sign when a food place is in the middle of nowhere and it's still really popular.
I am literally in the candy shop right now and I'm loving it. So I'm in Gaziantep Sweets. It's a Turkish sweet shop that specialises in Turkish baklava. So we've got some of their signature baklava here and we've got it with Turkish ice cream. This looks just amazing. The whole shop looks amazing. There's all sorts of baklava. There's Turkish delight, there's kanefe as well. I'm really excited about this. The difference between Turkish baklava and Lebanese baklava is mainly down to the nuts that are available in that particular country. So in Lebanese baklava, you're more likely to get walnuts or peanuts, but this is pistachio. Gaziantep is actually the city in Turkey where pistachios are grown. This shop imports all their pistachios from that city. So that's pretty special. So I better get into this before all the ice cream melts away. Oh, that's so good. Baklava must be one of my most favourite desserts. It's so good with that velvety ice cream. Another difference between Turkish baklava and Lebanese baklava is that Turkish baklava is filo pastry drenched in sugar syrup. So there's no rose syrup or orange blossom infused in the baklava. It's a very pure taste. So the reason they don't flavour it is that they want the real nutty pistachio taste to come out and be the feature of the dish. And it's also more moist than a Lebanese baklava and more filling. So one piece of Turkish baklava should be able to fill you up. And we've also got some Turkish tea here. So this is a mixture of Ceylon tea and Earl Grey. There's no added sugar. You have sugar if you want it. But it's a really nice complement to go with the dessert. So if you've got a hankering for something sweet when in Auburn, don't go past Gaziantep Sweets. We have Andrew Kwai here who's running for local council. Andrew, what makes Auburn great?
You're standing in one of the greatest melting pots in human society right here. There is so much cultural diversity. You step 1 foot in one way, you're speaking in the middle of China. You go 1 foot in the opposite direction and you're in the middle of Afghanistan. It's absolutely fantastic. All of these cultures coming together, being all together and having a fantastic time. That's what Western Sydney and that's what Auburn in particular is all about.
Awesome. Any favourite cuisines that you have in Auburn?
All right, so I eat a lot of Chinese food at home. So what I don't have access to at home is Lebanese food. So across the way, just over there, one of the many Jasmine One locations that you find around Sydney, but the one in Auburn I think is probably the best one. That's usually my go-to.
Awesome, we'll make sure we go there. So thank you so much for your time and let's get
absolutely.
eating.
We're at Jasmine One, Lebanese restaurant in Auburn. So this is the original one of the Jasmine restaurants, and there are a few different ones of this chain around Sydney in places like Punch Bowl and Liverpool, but this is the original and the best. So we've got here their cinnamon tea, which looks really beautiful and aromatic. And then we've got a Lebanese baklava. So you have Lebanese baklava or you've got Turkish baklava, and they're a bit different. So the Lebanese baklava is soaked in a sugar syrup. It might be orange blossom or rose water flavoured. Then you've got the chopped walnuts. I can see some pistachios on top, and you've got layers of filo pastry. So this looks really delicious. Ooh, quite sticky and crumbly there. That is beautiful. It's chewy, it's nutty, and it's sweet. And then we've got the cinnamon tea. That is a beautifully sweetened black tea with a unique cinnamon flavour that complements the baklava perfectly. We're at Fuadijan, which is a popular Pakistani restaurant in Auburn. They serve a lot of Pakistani street food, and one of their most popular is the Chapli Kebab. We've got meat which has been grilled, and then we've got some bread with it, and we've also got some complimentary raita and onion. So this dish originated in the north of Pakistan, and it is very popular throughout Afghanistan, India, Bangladesh, as well as Pakistan. So it looks absolutely delicious. Oh, that meat smells amazing. So it's quite a flat bit of meat, and I can see a lot of spices in there. So I'm just going to put some of that raita on top. You can kind of help yourself to as much raita as you want, which is nice. Ooh, the bread's nice and crispy as well. That meat is so flavourful, and it's really tender and succulent. So I can understand why this is a really popular South Asian street food.
Peranakan Place is a restaurant that specialises in Malaysian and Singaporean cuisine. In particular, Peranakan/Nonya cuisine. So it's really specific, and it's probably one of the only restaurants of its kind in Australia for pure Peranakan food. We're going to try a couple of dishes tonight. The owner of the restaurant, Sam, is such a lovely guy. So he's taken us for a bit of a tour around the restaurant, given us a bit of history of the Peranakan culture, and shown us some family photos too. So that's been really special. Babi Pongte is a classic Peranakan dish. So it's pork belly, it's trotters, and there's also shiitake mushrooms, chestnuts, and it's all mixed in a fragrant curry. So I can just smell all the spices there. I think there's cumin, there's cardamom. It's going to make for a very tasty dish. So we've also got it with rice and some roti as well. That just smells so fragrant. Okay, so that pork pulls away really easily. That pork is just really nice and tender. The curry itself I would describe as really smooth with a lot of flavour. So I can taste cinnamon, I can taste cumin, coriander. There's a whole mix of really nice flavours, and they all blend together really nicely. There are a lot of spices in here, and that is typical of Peranakan or Nonya cuisine. Peranakan cuisine is a mix of Chinese and ethnic Malaysian cuisine, and a lot more spices added in. So you typically get twice as many spices as you would an ethnic Malaysian dish. For dessert, we've gone with their very popular durian pudding. So here it is. I can smell the durian. And I can also smell coconut cream. So there's a pretty thick consistency here, and then it's just drizzled with coconut cream. I think this is some palm sugar as well. Let's give this a go. Well, that's definitely durian. Durian's an interesting fruit. Either love it or hate it. That durian pudding is really tasty. So I describe the texture of it as a little bit gelatinous, a little bit gooey. It's sweet but not overly sweet. The palm sugar is just drizzled over it, so it just gives it a nice hint of sweetness. The durian pudding is a perfect end to a Peranakan dinner.
To get to Auburn, we recommend catching the train. Auburn train station is on the T1 and T2 lines and is about 40 minutes from the city.
So Jay, how did you find Auburn?
I really loved the food in Auburn. There's just such a mix of different cuisines from around the world that there's so much to choose from.
I really loved that there were such big serving sizes that you got everywhere. So if you're coming to Auburn for a food tour, make sure you bring your appetite.
So what's your favourite Auburn food? Let us know in the comments.
We've got plenty more Sydney food vlogs just like this, as well as travel content and food vlogs from around the world. If you like this content, make sure you subscribe.
We are Bucket List Travellers.
See you next time.